Hello, good evening.
Hi. Good
Nice to see you
evening. Good
back,
evening. How
Mr.
are you?
I'm
Same here,
doing
ma'am.
good. How about you?
Same here.
Okay.
It's nice to see you.
All
Nice
right.
to
So, how are
have
things with you,
another
Mr.
session
Sheikh?
with you. It's very pleasure to have another session with you. Yes, great, ma'am. I think things well.
Pleasure is mine.
I'm absolutely, yeah. Yes, ma'am. Like
Your
you know that
voice
I'm
is
connecting
not
from the
very clear.
workplace only directly.
So, is there a
Is the
network
issue
issue at
all?
your
I don't
end?
know. I
Can you
don't
try
know,
to
ma'am, but
reconnect, Mr. Sheikh? Because your
I have
screen is getting
increased
frozen.
the volumes. Might be better. Do you find it better?
No. Yeah, I can. Yes, now it's a little better. Your screen is not frozen.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
And what about the voice? Is it clear and audible?
quite audible. Not an issue.
Yeah. Well, let's move ahead, man.
All right.
So,
So, how are things
as
with you?
yeah, I think it's fantastic. I'm doing well. I'm enjoying my life. So, but that I'm always connecting from the workplace because the
I
uh,
understand. Yeah.
yeah, I start my duty 11:30 and go back at night 11:30. So I don't have the
Yes. Yes.
times like free time. So 3:30 to 6:30, the time where I can have kind of the conversation where I can chat with my family or the with any appointment
Mhm.
outside not relating to the work.
Mm.
So that I choose
Mhm.
these times. Therefore,
All right.
yeah, well,
Not an issue.
mm,
There are so many other students who connect directly from their workplace, and we
mm,
understand. We understand that.
mm,
Yes.
yeah,
All right. So,
correct.
what is in store for us today? Classroom memories, Mr. Sheikh.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
are, are you good to go with the topic?
Class. Yeah, you can. Uh, like what are the topic are there because I have not gone through the topic just because of
Fine.
being yeah, that
Yeah, it is
workplace and then
classroom
2 days
memories.
vacant and it keep me busy always. Classroom.
Not a
Yeah,
problem. Not a problem. Classroom
yeah,
memories.
yeah.
So, can you tell me about your school life? How was your school life?
Actually, to be honest, that that it wasn't. It was. I'm coming
Hmm.
from the countryside. That I wasn't. I was the last bencher students. I never.
Hmm. Hmm.
That.
Hmm. Hmm.
So when it's a school, I really don't have any things which remembers right now. But yes, when it comes
Hmm.
to the teacher or something that that about studying, I remember one of my friend, and he's not one of my friend, he's one of the best friend that I have ever. That is not just friend, but also he has been a great mentor of my life. So let's talk about
Hmm.
him because when it comes to teachers, I always have in my head somewhere that definitely if somebody asks me, what's your favorite teacher and who's your favorite teacher? Then definitely I would say there is a one name which is Rehan. He is, that there is, we play together. We have been together a lot.
Okay.
We are great friend,
Hmm.
but we are having little big age difference. Like he's at 4 years elder than me. And he's the one who
Okay.
has taught me grammar rules. He's the one who has taught me, making
Oh.
sentences out.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So I would like
Hmm.
to tell about him. Yes, we have a lot of wonderful memories together. So,
Huh.
yeah. So he's the one
Yeah.
that always has been stood in each aspect of my life. He's the
Are you
one
still
that,
connected
that
with him?
always. Uh, yeah, we are apart from each other. We departed from each other into 20 years before. But yes, the technology and all that, we connecting time to times over the phone. And and now the WhatsApp comes and the Facebook comes. So we also call a video call. So
Okay.
yeah, we getting connected. But in my teenage, I remember school times that if there was any teacher, if there was any mentor, then he was one of the best mentor of my life.
Okay. They
Yeah.
say when a friend teaches you, it's
Well,
more effective than getting taught by the real teacher. What do you have to say about this?
yeah,
Hello.
could you please tell me again?
So what I was saying was,
Yeah, I can hear.
when your friend teaches you, yeah, now your voice is cracking. Are you able to listen to me?
Yes, yes, I'm able to
Hello.
listen to you. Right, hold on. I
I
can
can't
hear
hear
you.
you. I can't hear you. Your voice is breaking, cracking. Uh-oh.
Oh, again, the internet issues. Let me reconnect. I think the classes and rejoin the session. Like that, we have to heard some possibilities.
You are not visible,
Yes.
no audible.
Can you hear me now?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. No. I can hear you partially. Your voice is cracking badly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Could you hear me? And
Yes.
are you able to watch me properly? My video is not being frozen. It is going without
Yeah.
lagging. Is it like
No,
that?
no, no. It's good now. I hope there is no
Yeah.
issue from the English yari end. Otherwise, I can connect with the team.
No, I don't think that it's a issues from the English area. I think it's always happened from my end. And I
Okay,
don't know
no
why,
problem.
because you know that I have a 5G internet connections,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
should work effortlessly and without any
No problem.
interruptions. But I don't know, whenever I'm having a classes, this kind of the issues taking place always in each session. Previously, how many sessions that I have gone through, I had few
Hmm.
of them kind of the experience today I'm having with you.
Okay. So, were you able to listen to my question or should I repeat?
I think I want you to repeat the question because I
I will.
didn't get it properly.
Fine. So, what I was asking you was, in school or in college, when your best friend teaches you any concept, it is much easier to understand rather than the teacher himself or herself teaching you. So, what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think just let me put it that way because the my friend and I had always that respect for him. I always you know uh, had fear because I
Mm,
always fear of him. If I don't do this
mm,
activities which is given by my friends, he will
mm,
100% call at me. So he's definitely at my friend, but at the
mm,
same time that he also acts like a teacher, a strict
mm,
teachers. So
mm,
which I have experienced, I would say that
mm,
that always I had a fear of facing him or being failed to do complete the sessions, complete the activities which was given by him. So somewhere I think to uh, to be taught by the friends also is great. Like the teachers, when it comes to the teachers, what they will do, of course, the
mm.
students will always have the fear of the teachers, but the the bond I think that you have with your friends, that connections
Yeah,
is not being produced between the teachers and students.
that's
When
right.
you compare
Mm,
to the friends and when you compare the two friends having together study or something, I think somewhere
yeah,
I would say that I don't know. It's my own experience, but maybe not
of course.
everybody has having the same friends because
Mm,
it's a teacher only that who they given a lot of uh, uh, great person to
ex-
the world. So it's a
okay,
teacher only, not every friends has given. But my experience
yes.
has been a little different experience because yeah, I would say here that
Mm,
that my friends. I find it better than learning from the teachers. I find
Uh,
my friend is better than learning teachers.
right. So
But
in
in general
school,
common sense, I think the teacher, of course, teacher when they teach some
teachers.
things. So yeah, teachers
Yes.
in general sense, in general, yes, 100%.
Okay. So, as a student, were you a person, were you a student whenever the concept was not understood or you had any doubts to be clarified? You needed any kind of clarification. Were you a person who would raise your hand and tell, ma'am, can you please explain it again? I have a question. Or would you just
Hmm.
sit there and, okay, let it
Hmm.
be? You used to get
No,
scared. Most of the
I
students are
remember
like
like
that.
in my teenage, yeah, yes. Most of the people, 95% people are like that, except few, like 10% only that they raise their hand if they don't understand the concept, if they don't understand the things what the teachers are telling, and they
Hmm.
they might be having the right question to ask, but they didn't have the guts to ask.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But if I raise my hand and around 100 students will be looking at me and they will laugh at me if I ask something,
Okay. Yes,
such things,
yes.
yeah, which is not right. And the teacher, they will make fun of me. So kind of the fear they always had in their mind. Even they are right at
Hmm.
one point of the times, but they didn't have the guts to stand up and ask the questions. Lot of students. I think I'm one of those in one
Hmm.
of those at that times in school times or teenage times. But but as soon as I
Hmm.
grown up, like cross 20 and then 25 reaching, then I started thinking when I traveled from my native place, from countryside to Mumbai, then I started, that questioning because maybe if I'm
Hmm.
then wrong, what's matter?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Hmm.
You need to ask whatever you have in your mind. You need to tell. You need to ask. You need to clarify.
Yes.
Don't just
Yes.
keep things with yourself. It's better to ask.
Yes.
If she's yours, if she's your mentor, definitely they will guide you. They will help you if you are wrong at somewhere. So do not keep things in head. I was one of those at that times. I was not also raising my hands. I was just keeping in my yeah, in head or in heart somewhere. I was not like
Hmm.
raising hands. I was a little
Right.
reserved or private kind of the person when I was in my teenage.
Okay.
When I was, that always country people shy. They don't come up and
Hmm.
stand and talk to persons. They always, trying to stay behind a little when it comes to giving a speech, when it comes to ask the questions, address the people, or when they're sitting in a crowd, they don't have the guts to speak. They don't have, kind of they always have a phobia of fear to
Hmm.
speak front of the people. So I'm also coming
Yes.
from the same background, from the same reason. That's why the fear has developed inside my heart. But when I traveled to Mumbai, then the fear started
Right.
going off. Then I started
Yeah.
being a little open. I became, a confident person. Like I need to ask. Why shouldn't I ask? If I'm wrong,
Hmm.
they will
Change
correct
of
me.
place, change
What's
of
wrong in it?
attitude.
Yeah. Yes, yes. And I think it's a Mumbai where that shy people cannot grow up. You have to be open.
Right.
You have to be very, very, you know.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Your personality should be overwhelming at times when you're in such a city.
Mm,
Yes.
mm,
So, what about your attention span in the class? Were you a student where there are so many students who would just listen to the teacher when the lesson was taught, and that was more than enough for them to understand, and they would to score good marks? But there are some other
mm,
students
mm,
who
mm.
could not understand what the teacher taught in the class. They need some more guidance, or
Abs-
they need tuitions, or they need
Absolutely.
their parent support. So, where do you belong to,
Mm.
the first or the second category?
I think I think I belong to the first category where that always I want somebody to uh, repeat the things. Somebody I want to tell me again because I am not one of those person who immediately understand. One time is somebody teaching or telling is enough for me to understand. No, I always take times. But I
Hmm,
remember
hmm,
one of
hmm.
my brother. I have six brothers, so one of my brother name is Noshad. We
Hmm.
are same age, like he's elder two
Okay.
years than
Hmm,
me. Yeah, but
hmm,
he is quite enough. Just he never studied at home. What he does, I remember when it was the
hmm,
fifth standard that I'm talking about from the first to fifth standards. So we both studied together, and
hmm,
he he doesn't study it at the house, and the parents was
Mm-hmm.
angry and furious at him. Why
Mm-hmm.
Dilshad is study at the house and always focus on study, and he hit the book, but you don't. But when the result come out, he's always is about 2 marks than me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, he came out with
So
flying
there are
colors.
students. The result is totally different. Like I have studied hard, but I'm not getting the good marks. But my brother, who was not studying hard, who just enough to understand whatever the teachers has taught him, explain in the class, what that was the enough for him to understand. One time is enough for him to understand. He had a little courage, like a little, more intelligence. I could say, and that's
Retaining
why he
power.
don't. Yeah, retaining power absolutely strong that he's having. He was having, still he's having. But I'm a hard worker person. I think I'm a person that will always try to study. I'm always person to remind the things, to revise the things. I'm one of those person. And because of the hard work that I'm today, it's somewhere at this level. Otherwise, no. I don't say that I have a sharp mind or my mind is the great at retaining things. No, it's not like that. But really,
Okay.
my
You need
friend,
your own.
my brother, yeah, my brother is absolutely, the having great retaining memories. The memories is stronger memory that is having. One time is if you make him tell him something that he will remember and he understands the entirely, and he will when you ask him that he will exactly explain you. So he's having kind of the mindset.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So, there's always in school life, there's always one or maybe more than one such subjects or periods which the student waits to happen. You just go to the school for that period to happen. Which was your favorite subject and why?
Ma'am, your voice was not audible that time. And
Okay.
it was audible, but it was interruptions a lot in your voice during your uh,
Mm-hmm.
the last questions.
Okay, fine. So I was telling you this in school life during school periods. Most of the students would go to school waiting for that one subject or the one period because it was their favorite. They just can't stop waiting for this teacher to come and take the lessons. So I'm asking you, which was your favorite period or subject
Mm, mm.
and why was
Since
it?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, since beginning, it's one subject which is the English subject. From the beginning, from my childhood, I remember that's I working hard on it. Even I'm coming from the English Hindi medium, but still the English has been one of my favorite subject. I always waiting for the teacher to come up, and I am not just only the schools teacher, but also I take a lot of classes, a lot of expert training after the schools. So even it's still continuing like at English yari. So this is the English only that I love the language, and this is the subject that I always prefer. I always waited for the teacher to come and teach us. So and in the result that I see, so I always see the English marks of the English always has been above than all the subject.
Hmm. So
Yeah,
English was a
definitely.
favorite subject. Yes.
It's my favorite subject. Even it's my still favorite subject, and it will be till last. My breath.
All
This
right.
will be the favorite subject. Mm.
Nice to know that. So, can you share any challenging experience in your classroom when you were at school and how a teacher helped you overcome it? Hello, you're
Um,
frozen again.
I don't remember a lot of yeah. I don't remember a lot of things during school times because but
If you want,
yeah,
you
I
can
quite
share about
just one
college.
thing. Um, no, let me share it with the school. Just I remember that the difficult times of what I had, like at when I was the fifth or sixth standard, so I always had the one problems with my head. I feel I don't know, but suddenly started bleeding. Okay, and then I fall
Mm-hmm.
down. So those times I always had the illness which was with me. I faced that. The teacher was really helpful and supported me in this case, but that I had a problem at that moment during that five or six standard when I was.
Okay. But the teachers were quite helpful that
Actually,
time.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, quite full. Coincidentally, the teachers, one of the teachers was the doctor also. They belong to my village only, and they have their own hospitals. So whenever it
Hmm.
happens or twice or thrice, I remember they took me to their hospital immediately without informing my parents. So so they
Okay.
are like that. Yeah, yes, yes. I fall down. Yeah, and after that, they have instructed me to have the cashew nuts and the dried fruits a lot. And my mom used to grind it and give it to me. Used give it to me. So it worked out. And then after sixth standard, seventh standard, I didn't have that problems. But during those period, like from first standard to the fifth standard, I had this kind of the issues and problems with me. So that moment, the teacher, I think, who used to come up and help me uh, in
Hmm.
in that times when I had.
Okay. Did you enjoy going to school trips and tours?
Sorry, I did not
Uh,
hear you, ma'am.
did you enjoy going to school trips and tours?
Mm-hmm. No, ma'am, it's not like that in schools in those days, like 20 years back, and trips used to be a very less. No, not like no, I have noticed nowadays that every year my kids is going on the trip. But those days in a countryside was not that kind of fashions, not kind of people were crazy or obsessed
Okay.
with the trip.
Uh-huh.
But one trip I remember that when I reached to the standard eight standards, so team from one school to another schools, we used to have a match like a
Inter
trip
school.
from one school to another school. Yes, it was like has
Oh,
to be
okay.
kind of the
Uh-huh.
sport game. So
Acha.
we used to do that. So I was good at badminton and cricket a lot. So that I was chosen as a best badminton players and for the what do you call kabaddi? I don't know what
Yes.
do you call in English kabaddi. You might be
It's
knowing.
kabaddi.
And
It's kabaddi.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So so I was the best at both cricket, badminton, and kabaddi. I was great at three things. So I was choosing. And one or two times I went from my school to another school. That trip I remember. But because 20 years before, really not, it was not happening at all. Like today's is happening. Like people are very curious
Mm-hmm.
about. Students are very excited to have the trip. Yeah, with along with the teachers. My sons are very excited when he knows that we
Mm-hmm.
are going to trip from the school sites. Yes, I
Okay.
didn't have that kind of the trip. Yeah.
All right. Not an issue. Fine. So they say teachers' advice, when taken seriously, can change your life to the best level, right? So do you remember any point of advice or suggestion given by any school teacher or at college also, not a
Yes.
problem, which you
Yes. I
follow still
yes.
now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you still following that? What is that advice?
I think I remember when I was doing the hospitality travel customer service from the Franklin Institute at Andheri. So there was a one teacher, Rahmatullah. He little was, that his name is Rahmatullah. So he was little close to me. And when he heard the entire story about me, like I'm not coming from a richest family, so I'm coming from the film. I'm
Okay,
also
okay.
working. I'm working.
Hmm.
Along that, I'm
Earning and
doing the
learning.
courses. Yeah, working on learning both I was doing simultaneously. So he had little what do you call uh, modest
Connection
in
with you?
his heart, connection,
Modesty.
maybe modest, you can say, modesty he had in his heart, and little bit dan towards me, little bit care about me, what I was doing, what I should do. So he always he always used to guide me. I mean, which is right, which is not right. When it comes to terms, when it comes to do which is the best course for me, which is not the best course for me. I think what you will do, you can be better in your careers. So he was
Hmm.
the one that who told me. And there was
Okay.
one more teacher. I remember when I came from my countryside, that Mr. Altaf, I used to take an English class from him. I used to walk 2 kilometers every day. I used to commute, going and coming back. I used to commute every day from my home to the to his house. So he also like uh, always trying to be little motivate me that this is not good. And it shall be coming from the place because your pronunciation, your communications, you're totally different. Not like a when you talk a little bit tough for us to understand, even that moment. I'm talking about 15 years back. Mm. Just
Hmm.
because of being from a backward side, from a countryside. That's why I had a little different pronunciation and everything. So he always guided me.
Okay.
He always guided me.
Right.
But I
So
sometimes
these two
I
persons.
could not understand the moment. Yeah, I did. He taught, both of them have taught me the right way, but I could not, took their opinion on a serious note. I could not follow. I think, I guess, if would have
Now
followed their
you now
opinions,
you
I would have
feel
reached at
that
some
okay.
some other level. Yeah, I
Right.
feel
Right.
I feel that. Yeah, he told me go, and because, yeah,
Okay.
the Altaf, no, not Altaf, Rahmatullah, Mr. Rahmatullah has said me, Dilshad, if you doing this course like in hospitality, becoming from the coming from Muslim family, that that always I was restricted from such such thing. Let me explain what are the such things, like to work
Hmm.
at the alcoholic place is prohibited. You should not work like that's why. And that Rahmatullah, Mr. Rahmatullah has said me, Dilshad, if you are doing this course, so where you can go? Like if you
Okay.
work in a hotel, then you will be always there'll be pork, there'll be alcohol. So is it okay
Hmm.
for you to work a place which has alcohol, and your parents will allow you to work at such place? So look at the upfront, you have already invested the money, like almost 2 lakh rupees, and which you are not being given from your parents' side, which you earn and given. So look at that. Is it okay? If you okay, then fine. But I think somewhere that you have taken a
Okay.
wrong decision. You should have done this instead of doing this. So really, I feel right now not working in a five-star properties. If I work in a five-star properties or in a ship, I would have reached at different levels differently in the terms of money, in terms of
Okay.
earning.
Fine.
So which I
Yeah,
different is
but
today.
you
Yeah.
follow the advice. Yeah, now you think that you should have taken their advice seriously. Well, on that note,
Uh,
I think it's time to wind up the session. It was a good session with you today, barring some of the mistakes, as I can say, some grammatical mistakes, like you were using
mm,
after one of you're supposed to use a plural noun, you are using singular. Maybe that I'll discuss more in the upcoming sessions. Other than that, it was a good.